Welcome back into Fox 54 for another segment of the Racing Roundtable with your morning news anchor Jackson Rowland and producer and NASCAR reporter Mr. Michael Manny. We're talking about the Cracker Barrel 400 coming up this Sunday. That's at the Nashville Superspeedway. But Michael, you just came from another historic track up in Indianapolis, something called the Indy 500.
The Indy 500 is the greatest spectacle in racing, and there's a reason they call it that. It was a spectacle to behold. Alex Palou, he's dominated the NTT IndyCar Series the last few years, and he added the one thing, Jackson, that was missing from his resume. He kissed the bricks, he drank the milk, his first Indy 500 win for Chip Ganassi Racing, and it was a sight to behold.
Yeah, and you were actually there live in person. Man, I was jealous. And you're right, Palou has a decorated career, but he was missing that. Maybe you were his good luck charm.
Maybe it was. All it took was for my family and I to show up to Indianapolis.
Right.
It was to see the Brickyard in person. It was a spectacle to behold.
Yeah, but he lives it. He's a real fan, going out to the races, working for you. But of course, now we're moving to the Cracker Barrel 400. This is in Nashville Superspeedway. It's a superspeedway in name, but it's still a little bit different, though, Mike.
Yeah, Jackson, it's a superspeedway in name, but don't think about Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta. It's not super high banking, drafting. It's you don't have to think of, say, like the Daytona 500. But Nashville is Joey Logano, last year's champion. To get into the playoffs, you can get into the Cup Series playoffs in two ways. Win and you're in, get in on points. Joey Logano won his first race of 2024 last year at Nashville, but it was a war of attrition to get there. This was the longest race of 2024 last year. There were 5 overtimes needed to finish this one. It was a wild finish, but Joey,
the longest races we've seen in a long time.
In a long time. It was the longest of 2024, like I said, and there were over 30 extra laps needed to finish this race last year. So we could be in for another wild one here.
Yeah, we're hoping so. And of course, there's a few guys we're watching. Some of those are from the same team. You mentioned Trackhouse Racing.
Yeah, so Trackhouse, since they burst onto the scene with the next-gen car, one of their better tracks, Nashville. Nashville has been very good to Trackhouse. Last week, Ross Chastain earned his first win of the season, winning the Coca-Cola 600 up at Charlotte. He's won Nashville. He won Nashville in 2023. He's had several top 10 finishes at Nashville. The track's been good to him. Somebody else I want to point out, Shane Van Gisbergen out of New Zealand. He won his first ever start in NASCAR for Trackhouse. He's full-time in the Cup Series this year, and it's been a learning year for Shane. He's used to the road courses of the Supercars series over on the other side of the world, but he's learning the ovals of NASCARs, the Darlingtons, the Daytonas, the different styles of racing that NASCAR does. He had his best non-road course finish last week too at Charlotte. So has Trackhouse found something speed-wise? Are they going to have more consistent speed? This could be another race. Maybe Ross Chastain gets 2 in a row here.
Absolutely. We're watching guys from Trackhouse Racing. We're watching Larson. We're watching Logano. All kinds of guys in the mix. And of course, we're going to find out ourselves this weekend. That's Sunday, 7 o'clock on Amazon Prime. The Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville Superspeedway. This has been Jackson Rowland.
And I'm Michael Manny. Tune in next week for another edition of the Racing Roundtable. So long, everybody.